This gospel passage begins with a direct, crystal clear statement from Jesus. Do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have come not to abolish, but to fulfill. Then Jesus gives example after example of what this actually means in everyday life. And not just for the ancient biblical times, but for us today. And if you notice, there was a repeating pattern as Jesus explained. You heard over and over, you have heard that it was said, but I say to you. He comments about murder, adultery, and swearing a false oath. He exposes and clarifies the real issues behind these behaviors. The scribes and Pharisees were experts about external behavior, no matter what was really going on internally in their hearts. The scribes and Pharisees followed the law meticulously. They followed the letter of the law painstakingly. When they heard Jesus say that he was not abolishing the law or the prophets, but fulfilling it, they must have been stunned and outraged. In just a few days, the discipline of Lent begins. The Ash Wednesday Gospel lays out the proper approach to prayer, fasting, and giving alms. It admonishes us not to pray or fast or give alms in a way that is done like a performance, so that others can see. These acts of devotion are to come from the heart and, of course, be done sincerely, but in private. If we take things to heart, we have internalized them. They become part of who we are and what we are about. About 100 years ago, here in Canada, there was a man called Brother Andre Bessette, who was a simple man who served in a religious order. His abilities were not spectacular. He was assigned to be a lowly porter, and his job was to open the door for people to enter St. Joseph's Oratory in Montreal. Some in this situation may have become bitter and even resentful, but Andre Bessette had the love of God firmly and deeply in his heart. So how did he behave consistently? He opened the door of the church with love, kindness, and humility. He spoke gentle words of welcome and encouragement. When he died in 1937, people came from all over, from Canada, our neighbors to the south, and elsewhere. And back then, if you think about it, the only way to get around in 1937 was by train or one-lane highways, and many people walked past his casket. Actually, 1 million people walked past his casket. And at that time, the entire population of Canada was only 10 million. He has been canonized and is now known as Saint Andre of Montreal. Jesus challenges all of us today as well to broaden the scope of the commandments and compels us to look beyond our actions and to look what's behind them, our attitudes. If our intentions are good and pure, then the actions coming from our heart will flow from God's love. Jesus is telling us that if we keep opening ourselves to the Holy Spirit of God's love, then our every action will reflect the life-giving qualities of Christ himself.